can feel the excitement brewing behind me as the chickens are getting ready to have some fancy Mediterranean cuisine for dinner today. We're going to be doing something I don't think enough people do with their chickens, and that is feeding them food scraps. I like to feed my chickens everything I can that is not actual chicken food. Got a very delicious looking plate right here with some chicken kebabs. Looks like a soggy French fry, maybe some peppers in here. This should be a favorite right here. We have this massive salad. There are onions in here. You're not supposed to give onions to chickens, but the chickens are smart enough not to eat the onions. The chickens aren't used to eating out of trays. I usually take everything and just dump it on the ground in here because this is my chicken composting system. So pretty much everything, the yard waste, food scraps, it all goes into the chicken composting system. The chickens go through it, they eat. Everything they don't eat is going to get turned into compost from their scratching action. And all this food in here also attracts earthworms, which the chickens also love to eat. It looks like rice is the current favorite. All the chickens are going for the rice. This one knows the procedure and it'd rather eat the rice off the ground. This is a lot larger haul than I usually bring in here for the chickens. I got this from work. We had a shindig and it was catered, and this is the leftovers from that. So I took this home to give to the chickens. But I will always save food scraps from throughout the day, whether it's from dinner or just making meals. We take all of these scraps and give them to the chickens. This chicken was just digging through the onions, picked them up and quickly put them down. She does not like the onions. Besides composting, another reason I do this is to get healthy chickens. You can just see how healthy my 3-year-old hens are here. They have very full feathers. Everyone is very active, and that is due to a balanced diet, not just grain. Birds don't need a lot of grain. In the wild, grain is not available all the time. They're usually eating the leafy greens and the bugs. So besides the food scraps, we have garden weeds in here. I throw a lot of my garden pests in here for the chickens to eat. And all this effort cuts my chicken food costs down by 75%, which is really good because I don't free range my birds. They're not leaving this area to go out and find food. So I have to bring the food to them. And I don't got to worry about the birds going in and eating through the feed. They eat through it a lot slower now because they're out here all day eating good stuff. So chickens are not huge fans of these metal pans right here, and I can understand it. It's something they're not used to. So we're gonna do this how we usually do it. This is gonna make the chickens a lot more comfortable. You can see they've spread out now. They're a little less crowded, no fighting going on. And you can see the chickens are scratching, which chickens do. They're mixing all this material into this bed of compost they've made. They're sifting through, they're eating what they want and leaving what they don't want. And most importantly, the chickens are having a good time. It's giving these chickens something to do, which is really important if you have to lock up your birds so they don't get eaten by predators. You got to give your chickens lots of space and lots of stuff to do. So coming through here, scratching around, finding bugs, eating this wonderful Mediterranean food, that's fun for the chickens. They come out here, they do this all day. So I know some people are going to be wondering, does doing this attract predators like raccoons, coyotes? Absolutely it does. But we have a reinforced run here. We have the barriers where nothing can dig under here, so I'm not worried about anything getting in here to get my chickens. Watch the motion lights go off all night with raccoons, possums, coyotes, just walking around the chicken run. So if you have chickens, instead of taking your food scraps and putting them in a compost pile, I suggest composting with your chickens and giving them the food scrap. They're going to turn them into compost, they're going to turn them into eggs, and compost is great to have on your chicken run floor. It never gets too wet, it's never too dry, it's really soft on their feet. Talk to some local restaurants, maybe they'll give you some food scraps for your chickens. Thanks for watching.